Welcome back to the State Basketball Centre. Today's NBL1 action here on a Sunday afternoon. Live on the NBL1 YouTube channel is between the Knox Raiders and the Eltham Wildcats. I'm joined once again by my co-commentator, my stats guru, the man with all the information, and he gives it to you on the regular, Damien Morris.
Thank you, Ducky. Good to be here. Excited to, although you'd look at the position of these teams on the ladder and you might think, oh, not a great deal to be excited about, 16th v 13th. I disagree. I think it's going to be a good game and I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, both teams come out of the Big V competition, which is the, the top 5 or 6 teams that were in that competition have joined with the Seagull to make the NBL1. And Eltham coming off the championship series last year where they took Ringwood to 3 games. Knox semi-finalists again. This promises to be a ripper.
It does, Ducky. Both teams coming off a loss last night. Eltham lost by 4 in a very even contest to Diamond Valley. They're crosstown rivals. Skies was big, 25 points. Doyle, 17.5 points last night. Sky shooting at 65%. Knox, on the other hand, lost to Kilsyth. Knox are currently 4-8, 16th on the ladder. Like I said, they lost to Kilsyth by 13. Gave up 34 points in the last, and I believe it was a 21-0 run at one stage to Kilsyth. 15 turnovers to Kilsyth's 7s. Kilsyth scored 28 points from Knox's turnovers last night, Ducky, and Kilsyth also had 13 steals, so they really got after Knox, and Knox only had 8 points off the bench, so didn't run overly deep last night.
Yeah, Knox missing Casey Marshall, who's away. Also today, we found out Justin Ava, who didn't play last night for the Eltham Wildcats, is going to be missing from their lineup as well. So both teams lacking a bit of depth impact tonight. In saying that, though, Eltham last night got 20 from their bench. Guys like Shafford and Christian Yamuni, Ove McBegor can come in and contribute. So I really think that's where it'll win today. The 2 starting 5s are evenly matched. Going to be some really good matchups here. Sykes is an excitement machine, isn't he? He's regularly in the NBL1 highlight reel. Doyle and Hire in the backcourt's an interesting matchup, really interesting matchup. So both guys have had the NBL cracks and are both looking to prove something to each other. So it promises to be an absolute belter.
Yeah, it does. And Sedarian Range was really big last night for Knox. 19 points, 7 boards. Probably one of his best, if not the best games of the season for him. So let's hope he can bring it again tonight. And James Hunter, of course, back from being in China with South East Melbourne, Phoenix. So be looking for a big game from James, obviously, as he tries to continue to impress.
Yeah, both teams are on the floor, just about ready to go for tip-off. Starting for the Eltham Wildcats is Adam Doyle at the point guard spot. Ben Waldron will start at the 2. Sykes at the 3. Mackay at the 4. And Bradbury at the 5. And for the Knox Raiders, Damon Hire will run the 1. Mike Rose at the 2. Adam Thosby at the 3. James Hunter at the 4. And Sedarian Rains for the Knox Raiders to anchor the middle.
Thosby coming off 19 points last night where he shot at 57%. So
yeah, it's going to be a ripper. Here we go. Eltham have the ball and gunman for hire. Adam Doyle gets us underway. Finds Mackay. Looks for Waldron. Doyle goes inside to Sykes. An efficient scorer.
Lovely little left hand.
Yeah. Comes in, he shoots the ball at a really high clip. He's second in the league in field goal percentage to Northwest Tassie's Paul Campbell. And he shoots the ball at about 62. And when you don't stray too far from the paint, that's pretty easy to do.
Yeah, true. And 13.9 averaging for the season.
Yep. Empty trip for the Raiders to start. Mackay doesn't want any of it. Doesn't want any of Bradbury on the post. Waldron dials in 3. Been some unsuccessful trips here for Ben Waldron. as a member of the Eltham Wildcats and the Hawthorn Magic over the years in the Big V, so he'll be looking for a big game.
And he shoots from outside at 36%, so they don't want to leave him unguarded like that and just let him get his feet set and all the time in the world. It's going to hurt him if they allow him to do that.
Thosby 6 on the clock now. Rose gets going, and he likes that spot. Put a bit of tape there.
Yeah, Mike Rose shooting the triple at 39%. He's 33 from 83 for the season.
I'd really like to see what he is from that exact spot, because I think he's about 90%.
That would be the hot zone, wouldn't it?
Yep.
If you look at a shot map.
Doyle, higher, goes underneath. Is called for a blocking foul. And has stayed down there, Damon Hire.
It was a big hit, wasn't it? He would take the charge and he gets up very proppy. Sort of banged into the base of the ring.
So Floor Wipers doing a great job. Well, we say it every week, but they do a great job, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
Yep.
It's good for the kids to get involved, come down, watch some of the players they look up to aspire to be like one day, be out there at this level. I'm sure some of them have aspirations of doing that.
Of course. Doyle.
I think the kids really get a good look at how fast and how aggressive it is down there at court level.
Yeah, for sure.
Certainly no place for me, Ducky. I've said it before, and I mean it.
We all have our limitations in life, don't we?
Man's got to know his limitations, Simon.
This is something about Knox Raiders, really. Like Eltham in an extended pressure, and we see this on a regular basis, don't we, when we come in here to games and teams come out in an extended pressure at certain spots. And I don't know whether they like the fact that, you know, they don't have a genuine point guard out there without McDonald on the floor, and that's the second personal.
So it's too quick for Hire, yeah.
Coach McDonald leaving him in the contest. Waldron threw it in, gets it back, can't get the three, and that's going to be off Bradbury.
The loss of Darrell McDonald, how significant has that been, Ducky?
Yeah, look, he's added depth, hasn't he? So, you know, where they have Marshall and Munier check into portions of the game, that would have just been Rose or Hire or Thosby checking back into the game. So Sedarian forced to the baseline, can't get it to go. That's always been, instead that's a youngster coming in off the bench. So it's tested their depth a little bit in the backcourt.
Yeah.
Doyle can't get it, so a couple of empty trips. Rose penetrates hard and gets to the basket. And you don't want to hang it out there too often, because we've seen Josh Sykes punish basketballs into the backcourt or into the backboard from that perspective. But Rose with a really nice scoop to finish that for two. Waldron, 2 out of 3 to start this game from the three.
Yeah, 10-5.
Somebody's got to do a better job there. I'm not too sure who's got the job on him, but Reigns, get going. Good battle. I actually thought Sykes had picked Reigns up to start this one and maybe have Bradbury on Hunter, but it's Bradbury with the job on Reigns, and he's picked up the personal.
Mike Rose up to 5 points for Knox.
Floor wipers, please. Floor wipers, please.
So it's Mike Rose 5, Eltham Wildcats 10.
Nice strong move inside there by Sedarian Reigns. Good to see, backing up from last night. Is he going to be important to Knox, just to really bring that grunt and that aggression and defensive effort?
Yep. Can't get the second of 2, 6, 10. Doyle hesitates, didn't like it. Waldron finds Doyle again. 3 points on the way for number 19, the gunman. Not having his best year.
He's shooting beyond the arc at 30%.
Rose.
Mike Rose has started hot.
2 out of 2.
Only had 9 points last night, Rose, so he'll be looking to make amends for that.
Bradbury looking for McKay, who fumbled. And if I'm Coach Trevor Lee, I'm just going, hey, mate, just shoot that one next time. There's plenty of tricks in Trevor Lee's bag, mate, so this could be a real interesting contest today just to see what he's got up his sleeve. Thosby, Waldron on Thosby. 19 last night, as you said, in the opener for Adam Thosby. Wants to come back to the left, gets fouled.
Foul is charge number 2 for the Wildcats, Josh Sykes. His first personal, second team foul for the Wildcats.
And that's not a shooting foul, which is strange. But never mind. Damon Hyder inbound, 14 on the shot clock, 13-9 on the scoreboard. Wants Hunter, gets it back now. Damon Hyder.
Yeah.
Just parted the seas there, a little bit like Moses.
Yeah, he did, didn't he? He just
and walked in.
yeah.
Helped himself to a 2. Sykes wants to catch on the move. He does. Aggressive drive. Can't get it. Comes up complaining. Wants a foul call. Doesn't get it. Rose penetrates. 2 for 2, Mike Rose. I would have shot that.
Damon High, a good couple of baskets.
Yep. Oh, we've got
Bit of lip going on down there. Bit of feeling in the game. 13 all.
5 and change to play here in the first.
Yeah, both teams are, as we said in the opener, it's straight out of the Big V competition, so they're familiar with each other. Both teams have got the look, a bit of a different look, as a nice back cut and feed. And again, Adam Thosby, the job on Waldron. They have to be aware that Ben scores in multiple ways. Higher mismatch on Mackay and takes full advantage, uses his speed to get to the basket, protects the ball, goes up on the other side of the hoop.
Damon Higher up to 6 points. Mike Rose 8. Waldron 6 and Doyle 5 for Eltham.
Bit of a heat check there for Ben Waldron. Rose gets moving, hits, can't get, chases it down, pinches it off Mackay.
You just wanted it more, Mike Rose?
Yep. Checks if the bank's open, and it's not.
Yeah, that's been a really good couple of minutes for Knox.
Yeah.
Really good couple of minutes. They've upped the tempo. They've wanted it. They've showed a bit more desire. A couple of offensive boards there.
Good bit of poise. We've seen games here where they've been, essentially they've lost the game in the opening quarter by not being switched on. So it's been a good rally as Adam Doyle dials in from long range and gets 3. Thosby spinning aggressively. Simon Bradbury picks up the personal.
Checking in, number 4, and number 10, Simon Grant, while Adam and James take a break.
So Knox are at 4 and 8, Ducky. Is it curtains for the season if they drop this?
Yeah, there's only 4, 5, what do they play? 18 games, so 16. They've got to basically close it out from here if they... they've got to close it out, and even still you finish 10 and 8, and you've got to rely on other people losing, so...
Eltham are 5 and 8 as well, so very similar position for them.
Same thing, so must-win game for both teams as Reigns spins to the baseline and jams it down with 2 hands.
Sedarian.
Had a couple last night. I looked on the highlight reel. Got a nice oop from James Hunter as Waldron gets his way to the basket. Coach is going to need to make an adjustment there. Rose. Push off. Elevates over Sykes.
Good leap by Sykes, wasn't it?
He's an athlete.
Above the rim.
He's a machine. And he's always lives close to the basket. Mackay. Handy pick up Mackay coming after the first month. He's played 9 of Eltham's 13. Simon Grant, important.
Yeah, you're not going to beat, not too many people are going to beat Simon Grant under there. Ex-Eltham player, of course.
Yeah, of course.
But he just gives those extra 7 boards a game. Workhorse.
Yep. Doesn't do anything that's not required of him. Through hands now, Rains. Directing traffic, once higher, 6 on the shot clock. On ball. Spinning, a little bit of a dream shake. Can't get it. Ball comes up loose. Mackay ahead of the pack. Doyle.
Staring good hands in there just to make a contest.
More substitutions now. Thosby back in for Damon Hire. A young fella, Christian Yamuni, checking in for the Eltham Wildcats, along with Dave Shaffett. For anybody who keeps abreast of the Big V Youth League competition, Christian Yamuni probably leading the MVP race in the men's division at this stage. He's having a really good season. Mike Rose, step back, can't get it. Mackay wants to run now. Yamuni ahead of the pack, hits Shaffett. Scoots in. Again, another good challenge at the ring for Simon Grant. If he's not blocking shots, he's changing them, isn't he?
Yeah.
Rose goes looking for Munier. Gets it back, and it's one at 18 feet, went about 16.5. And Sting's gone out of it a little bit here in the last couple of possessions. Mackay wants a one-on-one with Rains. Yamuni from 3, can't get it.
Here we go, let's go Raiders, let's go, let's go Raiders, let's go.
Thosby just bundles Shaffett out the way. And unfortunately, he wasn't in the right position, so he gets done with a foul.
So both teams shooting the ball well, 50% early. Eltham beyond the arc, they're 4 from 7 at 57%. Knox are 2 from 3 at 66%. Rebounds, Eltham 12, Knox 7 rebounds.
Jordan Adnam in for the Raiders. Thosby off the double, likes it.
And 1.
Yeah, takes it to the bank, cashes a check and says, I want a little bit of change. Give me one more, please, if you can. Hoop in the harm. Nice play, Adam Thosby. Dribbled into the traffic, rode the contact. Back in the 2.
Bit of hang time just to
nice.
ensure the contact.
Yep. Needs to finish his hard work off now. And does so, and ties the ball game in the contest. 22-22, extended D now. Adnam at the front of it. Be aggressive. McBegor hits Yamuni, and Eltham slow down now through Whelan. Knocks
6
back.
on the clock.
Knocks back into his zone. It's low on the clock.
It's going to be a violation.
Simon Grant comes up with it. Munier pushes. Thosby operating on his right. Can't get it. Rebound McBegor. Whelan kicks ahead.
13 on the game clock.
Referee Ian Knight right on the spot there. A shoelace on the line or something for Christian Yamuni. Hunter wants it. To Munier. Thosby. 8 to play. Shaffett hugging him. And And it's a personal on Dave Shafford.
Knox are in the bonus.
Shafford's been in the game, and I shouldn't giggle, but he's been in the game about 4 minutes, if that. 2 minutes and got 3 fouls. You feel like they're picking on you.
Yeah, just not your night.
Yeah. What are you picking on me for? That's important for them, though, because that's their bench depth, and, with Ava out.
Yeah, true.
Yeah,
Yep. Thosby shooting the free throw at 86%.
Whelan gets it off, and it's no good to end the first. And it's 1 point the difference here. Knox Raiders leading 23 points. The Eltham Wildcats on 22. What yours, mate?
Yeah, it's pretty. I mean, statistically, even contest. Scoreboard, even contest. 1 point in it, as you said, Ducky. I think, Knox were a little bit slow to start, but then Sedarian stepped up, was sort of was strong. Damon Hire did some good things. Mike Rose, of course, was really good early. So, even contest. I think that the depth of Eltham, like you said, 3 fouls early. So who was that? Just
Shafford, yep.
So 3 fouls early when you don't have big rotations on the bench. Will that be the difference? Time will tell. But, looking forward to the second quarter.
Definitely impacts, I feel, anyway. Especially when you have a couple out, as it is in Mitch Lee and Justin Ava. So,
the boards. Eltham are been big on the boards. 14 to 8 boards. So we know that Knox traditionally aren't a high rebounding team. So Simon Grant, a few more minutes from Simon Grant. He always comes up with a few boards. Hopefully that will help Knox to secure a few more boards.
So they're looking after the ball a little better today with regards to their 15 turnovers that they had in the game last night.
Yeah, you're exactly right, Ducky. And I think, as we said in the pre-game, the 15 turnovers is one thing, but it's the 28 points that came from the 15 turnovers. So with no turnovers today, no points off turnovers, that's already a better adjustment Coach DMAC and his coaching staff and the team have made from last night.
There's 0 turnovers to this point for the Knox Raiders, which is really important. Mike Rose leads the way with 8 for the Raiders and 10 points for Ben Waldron, who came out shooting and then cooled off a little bit. And he has 10 for the Wildcats. Both teams back on the court. Simon Grant, Malik Munier, Jordan Adnam, James Hunter and Adam Thosby for Knox. And for the Wildcats, Ove McBegor, Adam Doyle, Ben Waldron, Jeremy Mackay and Sam Whelan.
And there's that man, Simon Grant, with an important offensive board to give Knox a reset.
Hunter wants 23 feet, gets about 21 and a half and off hands. Not too sure that's what Coach McDonald would have wanted coming out of the quarter-time break, an empty trip, but 2 good looks at it either way.
Yeah, Knox were lucky there because Mackay was away down to that deep corner and he just couldn't hit him on the, his Doyle couldn't hit him.
Waldron, a lot of tricks.
Thosby pleads his innocence.
Yeah, manages to fool Adam Thosby into one. First personal on Thosby. Still questioning. It's hard, isn't it? It's not a foul on me. I didn't foul anyone. Yeah, you did, mate. I got a whistle and I'm telling you different. Waldron ties it and gives Eltham the lead back, 24-23. Munier, aggressive push up the floor. Waldron. Adnam, nice basket. Looked like Mackay did a really good job there to stop him, and then he just elevated again off the second one. And
good leap.
Yeah, banked into
athleticism.
two. Yep. Of course, you're not a youth league MVP because you can't play or can't put it in the hole, really, are you? Ove McBegor, nice finish for two. I like him.
Yeah, very successful youth league career. Jordan Adnam. Maybe the Knox from Kilsyth.
Operating, likes what he sees with the matchup on McBegor. McBegor forces him into a 21-foot two-point shot that's empty, and Doyle crosses up. Hits Whelan in the corner, can't get it. Thoseby pushing. Met at the rim by McKay. What do we got here? Personal foul on Sam Whelan, his first. Not too sure what happened there. That might have been a bit off the ball. Abe Knock in for the first time.
Let's go. Let's go, Raiders. Let's go. Let's go, Raiders. Let's go. Let's go, Raiders. Let's go. Let's go, Raiders.
Thoseby with two on the shot clock, let it fly, couldn't
Quick
get it.
release, wasn't it?
Yeah. Doyle attacks. Wants something. Resets. Crafty, that is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Experience.
His first personal, second team foul. Substitution for the Raiders returning.
Been a fairly lacklustre start to the second quarter, Ducky. Doyle shoots from the line at 93%, so both these are in.
Yeah, it's cash.
Averaging 17.8 points a game. Shooting from the field at 47%. And from beyond the arc at 30%. Played the most minutes in the team. Pivotal part of their lineup.
Yeah, remains unsigned in the NBL. Hasn't got a gig yet. With positions closing quickly, so might have to find something else to do. Adam Doyle, as Mackay tries an aggressive one and can't get it to Waldron. We have timeout, and I hope both the coaches can tidy this up a little bit. So it's a bit of a messy start.
Yeah, it is a bit of a messy start, and I think it was Mackay. They had the right idea, just a little bit too much heat on it. Just time to reset. Just try to mix it up a little bit. You know, it just seems to be a bit. Both teams are playing a bit same old up the floor. Damon High back into the game for Knox. I think it was good because I think he scored 6 points and he looked dangerous every time he had the ball in his hands. So hopefully with him back on the floor, he's going to make something happen.
We need something to get us excited a little bit here. A Josh Sykes highlight reel, or somebody dropping in a couple of threes and breaking it open a little bit here. Sykes, of course, the Californian, had 25 and 8 last night against Diamond Valley. And if you can, and I implore you to, get on the NBL1 Facebook page. With about 4 minutes to go last night, they were 8 down and he had 3 dunks. One of them was a reverse alley-oop. Just so happened to pop up on my timeline this morning, which was great, because the last thing you want to see is some guy who your team's playing against today just throwing down reverse alley-oops left, right and centre. So he remains on the bench. Thoseby with it through hands. Abe Knock wants Adnam, who wants Hunter. 8 on the shot clock. Hunter backs down, gets the roll for 2. Nice work with your back to the basket, James Hunter.
You know, Knox are going to have to work hard. They're not an overly high rebounding team, Knox, compared to some of their competition, and they're losing the boards by 7 here early on. So they don't want that to keep that to keep getting away from them.
Let's go, Raiders, let's go.
Higher finds Hunter. Wants Knock
Let's go, Raiders, let's go.
on McBegor. Finds Thursby for 3. That's wet. That is a wet basketball. That splashed and didn't even make any ripple.
Yeah, Ben Waldron was a bit disappointed with himself there, but
Doyle can't reply. Hits Adnam. Run the floor hard, big fella. Hunter wanted to go back towards Mackay as Damon Hire.
so that's 2 turnovers for Knox, and obviously the first one they've been scored against. So they're still doing a lot better than last night. But
Yep. Adam Doyle's lucky there that Damon Hire didn't get a piece of that. And again, check the NBL1 highlight reel if you can. But Damon Hire blocked Owen Odygy at the ring last night on a dunk attempt, which was very exciting to see this morning as we've got a foul call.
so 2 turnovers from Knox in the space of 30 seconds. Both times just trying to sort of be a bit fancy on the dribble, maybe crossover, dribble between players.
Eltham push hard in transition too, both times, and the first one's a basket, and the next one is a 2-shot foul. So, and Hunter goes to the bench. As Rains returns.
McKay shoots from 48% from the line, so probably not a bad foul to give.
Yeah. As he misses both.
He gets a third attempt.
Up and down college career for young Jeremy Mackay, a former Melbourne Tiger junior, Damien. In the college system, he started off signing with a Div 1 school and left and went to another one and ended up with his last 2 years at Vanguard University in the NAIA division, which is in California. He's been a handy pickup as a third scoring option for him as Sedarian tries to try for 3 and can't get it to go. Averaging 13 and 6. As Doyle attacks Josh West and rides a bump and gets the 2, and he'll go to the line for a 3rd point.
Substitution checking back in for the Raiders, and Mike Rose. Thursby taking a break. Doyle to the free throw line for just 1.
Substitution Michael Rose returns. 30 points to 32, looking to extend their lead to 3. Doyle makes it.
12 points for Doyle, 13 points for Doyle, 8 for Rose, 12 for Waldron, and 7 for Thosby.
Rains on ball with Hire. Wants the one-out matchup. West left open, penetrates. A swipey foul from Mackay.
The Wildcats, Jeremy McKay, his second personal, second team foul. Raiders ball on the sideline. Make some noise, fans, come on.
Referee having a chat to Big Sedarian about something there, Damien. I'm not too sure what that was all about. Settle yourselves down, maybe. Rose elevates, gets Bradbury in the air. West finds Rose, 3 to shoot. Steps in, steps back. Rose throws it up. Bradbury finds McKay on the break. Sykes wants it. 1-on-1 against Rains and gets rewarded.
It's a good contest, these two going toe-to-toe, isn't it? It's a good battle. Fair bit of niggle between both of them.
Yeah, both good athletes, both got a good size about them.
Both seem to have a good bit of personality about them as well, Ducky.
Yep. They're both having a bit of a chuckle and chat to the ref and so on, so.
Been doing it all day, ref.
It's about time I got one, ref. Wasn't me, I didn't foul him. Sykes can't make the first. That's not a good looking free throw shot, that's for sure.
No, not overly effective either, 57%.
Yeah, 1 or 2. About fair.
Wildcats by 4. Come on, Raiders fans, keep that energy rolling. Let's go, hands.
Higher, on ball with Reigns. Wants him, finds him. Dives down to Knox, who has his stuff thrown out by Josh Sykes. Second in the league in block shots, Josh Sykes. Understandable.
With a leap like that,
Yeah,
I imagine the leading block shot would be Danga Kuth.
it is, most definitely. About 3.5 a game, including a 10 piece. Good battle by the Raiders as Reigns gets. They work hard around the glass. Higher, Knock and Reigns. And that's a personal on Simon Bradbury. And that's his second personal foul. Reigns to the line to shoot 2.
55% from the line for Sedarian. Stats don't lie, Ducky. Stats do not lie.
Science doesn't lie, facts don't lie, stats don't lie. It's the way of the world. Yeah, empty trip.
That was
0
that's
for
a
2.
that's a good leap, isn't it?
He's a tremendous athlete. Bradbury puts it on the ground. Higher ahead of the pack. He's got Abe Knock with him.
Oh, get that out of here.
Josh Sykes says no in a way that I don't think you could possibly say no ever again. As Higher goes to Knock, who makes the basket plus the foul.
Was Josh Sykes' hand almost as high as a shot clock when he blocked that?
That's high. That's about another 3.5 feet up there. So he was very, very high in the air on that play. I'm pretty sure I want to see that again.
Yeah.
Poor Damon Higher thought, oh yeah, I've got Doyle in front of me, or I'm beat, and then all of a sudden out of nowhere,
This beast just appeared.
the vacuum just comes and takes it out of the air. Abe Knock goes to the bench, nice and 1 for him. It's a 1-point lead.
Good couple of minutes from Abe Knock.
Yeah, he's been in and out of the rotation. Some weeks he gets minutes and some weeks he doesn't get minutes. And referee says that was off Knox, Raiders, and I don't really agree with him there, but I'm not down there. And I don't have a whistle. Doyle with the zone offense, marshals the troops, Higher, closes out on Waldron, rides him all the way. McKay puts it on the floor, hits Waldron, corner 3, no good. Grant ahead, has West, who has Rose, scooting to the basket. Nice, up fake.
Oh, big board in there.
Yeah, is that Ove McBegor?
Yeah,
Yep.
big board in amongst the 3 Raiders, including Grant and Sedarian Reigns.
Come up, holding his shoulder a little bit there.
Yeah, he just,
West all over Doyle. Of course, former Knox Raider Adam Doyle. A couple of years here in the Siebel contest, in the competition. Member of the Bendigo Braves as well in the Siebel competition over the last couple. Played last year in the Forest for the Forestville Eagles in the SA Premier League.
good on the line.
That's twice Ian Knight's made that call. I think he just likes making that.
Yeah, you know, I was going to say, he was straddling that line just waiting for that, Ducky.
I just think he likes making that pointing action.
Well, I like the way he sort of got down low and he sort of pointed with emphasis.
Yeah,
it was well delivered, I thought.
Nice. Grant lets it fly, gets 2.
Underrated, Simon Grant.
Yep.
Underrated.
Yep. Yeah, one of those guys that doesn't fill the stat line every night. Can do when he gets going. But just as he's 7 and 6 every week, as somebody left Adam Doyle unattended.
Yeah, and he's probably not underrated. He's probably deservedly so rated.
He's right at his average, I think, too, isn't he? Grant stretches the floor, fires for 3. Doyle pushes. He's got Sykes with him. Wants McKay instead and gets to the basket for 2. Little run. D-Mac wanted a timeout.
Doyle up to 15 points. Mike Rose 8 points. Waldron 12. Sykes 3. Although I feel Sykes has been a lot more impactful than just his 3 points.
Yeah, he's changed a couple of shots and
a couple of big blocks.
Got 3 blocks, I think, didn't he?
Had a fair bit of chat going on out there.
So I missed who the foul was on, but it'll send Damon High to the line to shoot 2.
Both teams in the bonus. Minute 32 left.
Damon makes the first. 85% free throw shooter on the year. Makes 2.
So Eltham's had 8 turnovers and Knox has scored 10 off their turnovers.
They need to punish them when they happen. Of course, they've thrown the ball away on a couple as well. So extended. A bit of confusion for the Raiders on defense. Rose. Sykes gets a little handoff from McKay and gets to the basket for 2 with the left.
He's up to 5. Look for that tally to increase by the end of the afternoon.
Josh West open for 3. Can't get it. Wants to get it back. Okay, pushes the ball. Doyle in transition. Wants a 3. Doesn't get a 3. Waldron stepping. Hits McBeggar.
6 on the clock.
That's a really ordinary possession from Jeremy McKay.
Yeah, and a couple of his teammates let him know about it as well, that he had Waldron open on the wing.
Probably wouldn't have been a bad option. Ben Waldron's got a couple already in the contest, so we have a timeout to Knox. 33.2 seconds to play in the first half. It's been a really lackluster second quarter, hasn't it? And it's 41 to the Eltham Wildcats, 37 to the Knox Raiders.
Yeah, Eltham is shooting the ball at 48% from the field. Knox are at 36%. From beyond the arc, Eltham 38%. Knox are 3 from 11 at 27%. Free throws. Both teams, Knox 6 from 10 at 60% and Eltham 8 from 11 at 72%. Eltham have still got Knox on the boards. Eltham have got 5 more boards than Knox. And down to those turnovers, like we said, Knox, they're thrown away a couple of times this quarter, but only 3 turnovers compared to the 15 they had last night against Kilsyth. And Eltham have had 9 turnovers and they've been scored, giving up 10 points on the turnovers. So Coach D-Mac would like to get this back to even Stevens if he could by half-time. 33 seconds on the clock. Even contest, some interesting, entertaining things are happening out there, Ducky, and
Holds for 1 or goes 2 for 1 here, you reckon?
yeah.
9-second difference between game and shot clock. Extended pressure from the Wildcats. Grant got a double team. It's hold for 1 now. Higher with Sykes on him. Switches now.
5 on the clock.
Doyle, get going, son.
Tough pass to make in there. It was a 1-on-3.
Let's pull up and shoot it. Doyle gets going on his bike. Can't find it.
Big board, Simon Grant.
Won't count. And at halftime, there's no change to the scoreboard. That's 41 points to the Eltham Wildcats, 37 to the Knox Raiders. Give us some highlights on the stats and the scoreboard, please, Damien.
Yeah, so I think that just looking at Doyle's stats, he's at 18 points, 4 boards, so he's having another big afternoon. Waldron's on 12 points. Looking down for Knox, we've got and Eltham, we've got 18 points in the paint. And for Knox, Damon Hire 8, Mike Rose 8. Mike Rose was really good early. I think all those 8 came in probably about the first 5 minutes of the game, Dougie.
Yep.
We haven't seen much of him since, so he'll be looking to lift in the second half. Simon Green, I'll be interested to see how many boards he's had. He's had 3 boards, so he always gives us a few boards. Sedarian Rains had 5 boards for Knox, and 5 points for Sedarian. So from Knox starters, you got Hunter on 2, Hire on 8, Rains on 5, Mike Rose on 8, and Adam Thosby on 7. So fairly even game on the score sheet. Fairly even game on the floor. So looking for an interesting second half.
And we'll be back in about 9 minutes with it, the second half. Didn't mean to catch you by surprise there, pal, but I had to plug in from hearing less of Basketball Jones. Going, let's go Raiders.
I'm so excited, I just can't hide it.
I wish he'd hide himself somewhere on the back corner. Unplugging. No, he's a good lad. Oh, Basketball Jones, he does the right thing, and he's here for all the right reasons, isn't he?
Get down, kids, and see him.
Yeah.
He will get you out on court, quarter time, half time, three-quarter time. He'll be up there in the crowd having a chat to you.
Yeah, he gets you excited.
Get down and be a part of it.
Out. We're not here for a couple of weeks. Teams are in Tassie next week, but yeah, I believe we're here the following week on the Saturday night. So get down to the State Basketball Centre. Come down and cheer your local Knox Raiders basketball teams in the NBL1, which we are live on the YouTube channel for NBL1, and both teams are back on the floor. Wildcats come out with Doyle, Waldron, McKay, Sykes, and Simon Bradbury, and Knox have Damon Hire, Mike Rose, Adam Thosby, James Hunter at the 4, and Sedarian Rains at the 5. It's a 4-point lead to the Eltham Wildcats, 41-37, and Knox have possession of the ball. Hire goes to work on Doyle, empty trip, rebound, Jeremy McKay. Doyle, double high screen, operates.
Oh, I didn't mean to laugh, but that he's penetrated, as you could see. There was someone in the corner.
Yep.
But unbeknownst to him, he moved.
And then he wasn't. Oh, but you were there. Ball in hands again. Rains. Hands off to Rose. Needs to get busy. Higher, 8 seconds to shoot. Does so obligingly. Can't get it to go. Rebound Waldron. Doyle. He's done a good job, Doyle. What's he got, 18?
Yeah.
4 rebounds. Hunter. Needs to get that,
yeah,
James Hunter, doesn't he?
Get just a body there.
Yep. Sykes finds McKay.
Like Damon Hire did there. That was only one person going to get that, and it was Damon Hire.
Doyle's got to get it off. Does so. Yep. Just in the nick of time.
Yeah,
Adam
Damon
Doyle.
Hire wanted it waved away, but...
so did the Knox bench. Rains going to work. 7 foot, doesn't get any shorter of a shoot over, does it?
Mackay, that's a big leap. Good couple of boards down that end from Mackay early on.
Yep, Sykes. Deep catching. Manages to throw it up, can't get it. Empty trips galore at the moment. Thosby, run off the 3 by McKay. Penetrates and finds the basket for 2. Comes up, flapping the hands.
Wants the N1, but...
just be happy with the 2.
Eltham by 4. Important couple of minutes in this game.
Sykes finding Waldron for 3.
Nice.
Third make
Waldron
up to,
up to 15 for Waldron.
Of course, former Youth League MVP. Ben Waldron, now a member of the Eltham Wildcats, as Doyle pushes off. Not according to the referee. Rides the contact. Empty trip again. Rose wants 3. Locks it in.
Just hid behind big Sedarian there, and it when you got a big brick like that to hide behind, why not? Give yourself a bit of extra space.
Waldron delivers to Doyle, inside to Sykes. Spinning. Jams it down with one hand. And James Hunter goes, how do I stop that? Wow, picks up the personal James Hunter. That is hoop in the harm in a really impressive fashion.
It's almost Eddie Betts and like Stack, you know, you almost need to go and cheer that and say, yeah, if he does that spin move and jams on you, well done.
Yep. I'm a little bit old-fashioned and I go the other way, Damo, and you got plenty of time after the game on the ground these days to do that. And, it's like having a guy dunk on you. I'm, as I said, a bit old-fashioned, so I wouldn't go and pat a guy on the back. I might say to him after the game, well done, nice dunk, but yeah, there's a fair bit of carry on in the game at the minute, isn't there?
There is a fair bit of niggle.
A lot of unhappy fans and a lot of unhappy players and so on.
So that's 4 on Bradbury.
Yep.
He takes a seat.
That's big now because they've got to go small. McBeggar comes in, but 6'4" or 5 on the old scale. It's not 7 foot. As they say, tall doesn't get any shorter as the game goes on, does it?
No.
Rose looking for 2 at the line. Makes the first. And makes the second.
4-point ball game.
Yep, extended defense now from the Raiders. Doyle pass fakes his way through it with Sykes. McKay finds Waldron. Rebound Reigns. Thosby likes what he sees. Wants it back. Still likes what he sees. Uses the height advantage well then.
And Thosby's had a good couple of minutes this quarter. I think that's 6 points for him this quarter.
Yep.
He's been important.
Again, different look from the Raiders. 3-2 zone now. As Adam Doyle fakes his way through, steps in with the one dribble and pulls up at the foul line.
Doyle's up to 22 and Thosby's up to 11.
Yep. Thosby steps through the D.
Thosby's up to 13.
Slices through the defense and gets the 2. Bit more pressure from the Raiders. Doyle bobbles around. Wants to go right. Forced left by Higher away to the races. He's got McBeggar for company. Forces into a bad shot.
Well, he saw the block coming. That was the thing. He knew the block wasn't too far away.
I reckon he thought it was Sykes.
Yeah, I think he did too.
Yeah. Instead, just go up and stuff that thing in the hole. Yeah, we've got, he dunks everything in warm-up, and as I said to you in the opener, in the opening quarter, he blocked Odygy at the rim last night against Kilsyth. So just go up and put it down, mate. You get the foul, you get the foul. A couple of subs from the Raiders.
Yeah, Higher and Hunter out of the game.
Yeah. Doyle, bunch of tricks. Manages to get Simon Grant to fall for one. 3rd team foul again, the Knox Raiders. Both teams huddle up. Should be a baseline ball. I don't think he was shooting.
No, I don't think he was. 2 points in it, 5:07 left in the third.
Doyle makes Waldron work for it.
Four on the clock. Raiders are claiming it was a shot clock violation before the foul.
I actually thought the same thing, but unfortunately, we don't have the replay here to tell us, but I definitely believe that clock went off before that was called. But anyway, Coach McDonald didn't like it. And McBeggar to the line to shoot 2. Misses the first. Played in 10 games this year over McBeggar. Doesn't do much to impact the scorers, but it's his first year in the bigger division. Out of the youth league program again. Thosby catches in transition. 2-3 zone now. Battle of the zones. Mike Rose steps in, shoots a three, can't get it. Rebound McBeggar. Doyle slows the tempo.
So they're in range, is on 3 fouls.
Doyle.
There was a prayer, wasn't it?
Yeah, not too sure why that went up real quick, but anyway. Thosby, Euros, has a volleyball spike the crap out of there from Josh Sykes. And Waldron goes straight at Malik Munier, who does really well to affect the shot. Thosby, corner 3.
Now that was always going to be a tough shot. Good board, Simon Grant.
Thosby.
Big quarter by Adam Thosby. I think that's 10 for him this quarter.
He's come alive.
Let's go, Raiders. Let's go. Let's go, Raiders. Let's go.
And it's 50 apiece here. Sykes spinning, steps through. Almost looked like he was out of bounds and then went back with the left hand and just finger rolled it over the top of the rim. Oh, to have athleticism a la Josh Sykes.
Yeah. Adam Thosby up to 13.
Munier operating, finds Thosby, makes an extra. Rose from the logo.
It's kind of like, let's all just stand around and see what happens here.
Yeah, Adam Thosby's killing it. Shoot that ball, son.
There's some tired bodies out there.
Yeah, both teams off it.
Time out for one of the teams to give their charges a breather. Might not be a bad idea.
Both teams off a game last night. Rivalry round, of course, in the NBL1. Thosby does well. Nearly comes up with it. Doyle. Munier does come up with it. He's got Thosby ahead of the pack, and he is away and scoots in for the two-hander. Nice defensive play there from the Knox Raiders. Both Munier and Thosby having an effect on the contest with their length. Sykes to Doyle. Back screen. Nope. Deep catches and...
Foul on Simon Grant, I think it is.
Yeah. Foul number 2 on Grant, but more importantly, in the penalty now, and Josh Sykes will shoot 2.
For both teams, checking in for the Raiders, we have Shorty Adam, and in for the Wildcats, Dave Shepard. Josh Sykes to the free throw line.
52 all. 2:25 left.
Sykes 0 or 2 from the line tonight. Might be 1 or 2 after he got a bonus. Makes that one.
Averaging 13.9 points a game.
He just accumulates like points, doesn't he? Like he doesn't go out and score in volumes or anything like that, but you look down the box score at the end of it and he's got 18 or 19 and, you know, it's a basket every now and then.
61% from the field.
Yeah, good offensive set to get Adam Thosby open there.
He is hot this quarter.
Yeah, he's come alive. Leads the Knox Raiders now with 17. Sykes pushes off. Knox Raiders excited by it. Sykes' second personal foul. Simon Grant did a good job there, setting his feet and taking the contact.
Thosby up to 17 points. Doyle 22. Waldron 15 and Rose 13. So they're in range. 10 boards for the Raiders. Be important.
Munier with the point guard duties now for the Raiders. Sends to Adnam. Through hands, Grant. Good look, finds Thosby.
Why wouldn't you give it to him? 5 on the clock.
Munier wants an on ball. He steps back. He's got Sykes on him. Has it spiked away, and that will be a shot clock and about block number 714.
Yeah. And you know, when you could just read what was in his mind there as he went to that corner with about 2 on the shot clock. Again, I know I've got to get it off, and Sykes is just coming towards me. This is just not going to end well.
How high am I going to have to shoot this to get over this guy?
It was almost that sense of defeated.
Well, the stats have got him for about 3 blocks, and I reckon I've got him for about 6.
Yeah.
McBeggar handoff. Doyle splashes a triple.
25 points for Doyle.
Top of the key, 25. Season high of 28, I think, for Adam Doyle. Thosby lets it go. Can't get it. Battle on the inside. As Sykes comes up with the dribble, you've got to stop him in transition. He'll dunk it on your head. McKay deep. Hits McBeggar for 2. And it's a 3-point lead now. Just under a minute to play in the third. Adnam wants Grant. Finds him. Reigns. Looking now. Thosby's got Doyle on him as Adnam goes to the basket. Can't get it. Grant does a great job of saving the ball.
He did, didn't he?
Yeah.
He actually took his time to actually look where he was throwing it in, and he hit Big Sidarian, and 2 points as a result.
I think Sidarian's eyes lit up then, and then all of a sudden there was somebody in his way. I thought he was going to cock it back and jam it down, but McBeggar spins heavy into traffic, and Malik Munier with the chase down block.
1.4 on the game clock.
Inbound. Doyle can't get it. In a minute. A little bit of technical difficulty here, but we're underway in the last quarter. That's a point of difference, and we got a foul on Jordan Adnam.
Looking forward to an exciting last quarter here, Ducky.
Yeah, Sting went out of it a little bit. A couple of guys came alive Doyle's been pretty good all game, and then Thosby sort of came alive the last sort of 6 minutes of that third quarter.
Up to 20 points, Thosby.
As there's a foul called on the floor over McBegor. Point the difference. Who wins from here, Damo?
Yeah, I think Eltham get it done.
Yep.
I just think Doyle is hurting them, and I think Sykes, athleticism. I also think Mackay's been really important with some of his boards, and yeah, I just think Eltham get it done.
Just the 4 points for Jeremy Mackay, but he's got 9 rebounds to go with the 4 points. Fast break basketball, Shafford on the floor. Doyle finds the swing to Mackay. Sykes wants the big left-hand jam and gets it done. Oh my.
Ridiculous.
Yep. Absolutely ridiculous. He just wanted that, and his eyes lit up. Munier needed 15, went about 19. Empty trip. Damon Hire penetrates. Munier open for 3. Dials that one in after an air ball on the last one. Important triple, ties the game. 8:25 left.
So hopefully James Hunter steps up a bit in this last quarter, Ducky. He's only played 17 minutes.
Quiet day.
Yeah, 2 points and only the 2 rebounds.
Yep. Doyle. 3 points. Rebound, Damon Hire. Mugged.
Yeah, he was. Manhandled, molested.
Yeah, mugged. Can I have my wallet back, please, sir? Plus my keys and my dignity. 8 minutes 8. Thosby returns. Adnam goes to the bench. Grant goes looking for Hire, can't find him. It's a 2-on-3. Doyle head checks, wants Sykes. He wants nothing unless he's dunking it on someone's head.
Foul on James Hunter.
Second team foul, substitution, check it back in for the Raiders. The big fella, number 45, Darian Rains.
Rains returns, Hunter goes to the bench. Looks a bit
Dejected a bit,
out
yeah.
of sorts.
Yeah, hasn't been his day. Two points, couple of rebounds, and now having a seat on 3 fouls.
Sykes at the line, shooting 2. Misses.
Coach D-Mac doing a bit of running commentary over there.
I think he's in the Jeremy Mackay.
Maybe telling him to stop getting rebounds.
3 out of 7 at the line on the night for Josh Sykes. And one of those 3 is the difference in the contest. 61-60. Whelan attempting to mug Thosby and got caught. Raiders ball deep in the front court. 14 on the shot clock. Thosby inbounding.
Lovely back cut.
Yeah. Good feed. Simon Grant.
puts the Raiders back in the lead. Come on, folks, let's run them home. Here we go. Let's go, Raiders. Let's go. Let's go.
Damon Hyatt pinches it, saves it to Josh Sykes, who goes all the way back into the backcourt to get it.
Let's go, Raiders. Let's go.
Hands off to
Let's
Mackay.
go, Raiders. Let's go.
Munya with the job on him. Forces him into a tough one. Rebound Reigns. Knox with a 4-on-3 if they want it.
Triple team Thosby, and why not? He's been killed them in the third quarter.
Doyle, left-hand layup. A couple of Raiders crash into each other. Well, Sam Whelan set the bait.
Yeah.
Adam Thosby walked right into the net,
It's always a retaliator who gets caught, Ducky.
looked at the bottom and said, I'll have that. And bit real hard as Hire goes to the bench.
When my kids are fighting, it's always a retaliator who gets caught.
Mate, it's the same. My son never done anything wrong. Sykes. Mismatch with Reigns. Tries to throw it over the head. Goes back hard to the ring and
There
gets
might be
rewarded.
4 on Sedarian Reigns. No, I don't think it was. I think it was on Mounier.
Fourth team foul for the Raiders. Josh Sykes to the free throw line.
4 fouls already for the Raiders. Still got 6 minutes 21 to go.
Sykes, 3 of 8 now at the line. You don't want free throws to be the difference in a contest. Well, you do if you're on the wrong side of it. But
Yeah.
empty trip. 10 of 19 in the contest now for the Eltham Wildcats, and they're holding a 1-point lead, 63-62. Rose. Been a bit absent. Ball goes inside. Reigns with McBeggar on him. Nice running right hand hook.
Points are good from top.
Wheeling back on the floor.
Defense. 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 Make some noise. Defense. Defense.
Sykes throws it to Thosby. No reset on the clock, so it's 7 to shoot. 5:43 to play. Raiders holding a point lead, 64-63.
Damon Hire 8. Sedarian Reigns 7. Mike Rose 13. Adam Thosby 20 for the Raiders.
Ball goes into Sykes. Doyle gets it back. Munya chasing him. Elevates, hits the floating 1-foot running jump shot. I don't know what that is, but it's a 2 points.
29 points for Doyle.
Rose attacks the D. Loses the handle a bit. Munya wants it. Wants Reigns in the block now. Got to get busy. 6 to shoot. McBeggar called for hands on.
15 points for Waldron. Sykes 13 points.
Damon Hire coming back into the contest now. 5:14 to play. Malik Munya goes to the bench. Thosby catch and shoot. Grant, important offensive rebound.
Simon Grant specialty right there.
Yeah. Rose attacks the on ball. High. Reigns. Yeah, little baby hook in the lane. Says Josh Sykes, you can chase them all you like.
Sedarian up to 11 points and 12.
That's a charge.
So it's a double-double for Sedarian, 11 points and 12 rebounds. Been very big on the boards tonight, Sedarian, backing up from his 19-point game last night.
Nice charge taken again by Simon Grant. Set his feet. Red Sykes. Teammates last year. No? Yes, no. Teammates last year?
Yes.
Sauce? Yes.
That was a guess.
Mr. Honest.
Simon Grant, 8 rebounds.
Yeah, definitely teammates last year, so read that perfectly. Would have battled each other in training a fair bit. Reigns wants Grant, hands off higher. Needs to get going. Makes 2. 3-point lead now to the Knox Raiders, 68-65.
Damon Hire up to 10.
Still Ben Waldron sits for the Wildcats. Sykes delivers to Mackay. Backs down, 2 dribbles, Whelan throws it straight to Adam Thosby's right leg. And Reigns cleans up for 2. It's a 5-point lead now, 70 points to 65.
Keep it rolling, fans. Keep it rolling, fellas.
Good little spurt here for the Knox Raiders. Damo, 6 in a row.
Yeah, Eltham just seemed a little bit rattled. They just, tried to do the behind the back pass. Didn't come off. Just need to, stick at what's worked for them all night.
Just been taken out of their system a little bit. And it's a timeout to the Eltham Wildcats. Coach Trevor Lee wants to talk about it and explains why we can't get back in this contest, please, gentlemen. 3:35 to play in regulation. It's a 5-point lead to the Knox Raiders, 70 points to 65.
I think, really good, like you called, Ducky, really good few minutes from Knox. The intensity has lifted. Crowds got behind them. Eltham just, like I said, just Knox took them out of the way Eltham wanted to play for the last few minutes. They just panicked a couple of times down the floor, and Knox have stretched it out to a 5-point lead. Both teams are in the bonus. Cedarian Reigns is on 3 fouls.
Bradbury's a big one on the bench.
Yeah, he's on 4, and he's been sitting for a while, hasn't he? So you bring him in the game now, Ducky?
I don't know that I would. I'd say we match up pretty well with this group, and we have pretty good protection at the back. I probably would sub Ben Waldron back in the contest though, if I was Coach Lee.
3:35 to go. Doyle at the line, and he shoots at 93% from the line.
Still Waldron sits out of the timeout, Damo. Doyle misses one, 70-66. 4-point lead. Rose wants Reigns. McBegor on him. Grant wide open, passes it up. Thosby doesn't. Wanted a foul. Doyle penetrates hard. Cut off by Grant. Finds the matchup again with Rose. Sykes nearly loses it. Can't finish at the rim. Knocks it away.
Knox ball.
Important possession coming up here. Under 3 to play now. 70-66. Damon Hire. Bit of extended pressure. Simon Grant, safe hands. Thosby drives hard to the hoop. Gets the basket.
22 for Thosby.
Tough hoop.
He's had a big second half, Adam Thosby.
Whelan dribbles hard to McBegor. They want McKay. Sets his feet, can't get it. Sykes will throw that down with 2 hands.
4-point game.
72-68. Whelan all over Thosby. Reigns wants it. Gets the baseline. Gets the drop. Can't get it. Grant muscles his way up for 2. Can't find it. Damon Hire. Short arms one. Rains, again, battles hard.
Big work under there by Sedarian Rains.
Yep, one and foul called. Referee sucked the whistle in. McKay wants the mismatch with Rose. Rose is a good defender. Forces McKay into a tough one. Need a basket here, the Wildcats.
10 on the clock.
Ball's in Doyle's hands, 30 points. Attacks it, gets to the hole for 2.
2-point ball game.
72-70, 90 seconds to play.
Both teams in the bonus.
Damon Hire, what have you got? And we've got a whistle on the floor. Please, can we clean that up?
Ball goes back to a reset on the shot clock.
Some matchups here. Doyle with the job on Hire, Mackay with the job on Rose. Whelan has not left those beside for about the last 4 minutes. Rains with McBeggar. Hire penetrates, loses the handle. Battle for the ball. Wildcats come up with it. Mackay.
Wow, that was a big block in there from Sykes.
Yeah.
And then Doyle just head down.
Just put his head over the footy, didn't he? Whelan. Mackay for the lead. Wanted it, didn't find it. Under a minute to play, 50 seconds. Mike Rose, we need a bit of poise here, Damien. A lot of guys gassed. This is a really important possession. Thosby wants the block.
6 on the clock.
On Whelan, Rose hesitates. Higher. Massive 3 ball in the corner. And the Wildcats want timeout. It's definitely 3.
They look out on their feet, the Wildcats, don't they?
Yeah, big weekend from both sides, but Knox, that's a huge triple from Damon Hire, 75-70. And for a guy who's had, realistically not a great impact on the scoreboard today, he's tucked that one right in the hip pocket for 3 and given the Knox Raiders a 5-point lead here.
And that's why the club gets someone like Damon Hire here. Recruit him, get him here, clutch moment, clutch shot.
Experience. Yeah. Where does the ball go here for the Eltham Wildcats? You reckon it's got to go with Doyle, really, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's got to go. Yeah, it's going to go to Doyle. Inbound Doyle. Off a ball screen.
Yep.
Yeah, some tired players running around out there. Ducky, 5 points in at 30 seconds left.
Defensive unit on the floor for the Raiders. Damon Hire, Mike Rose, Adam Thosby, Simon Grant, Sedarian Rains.
Looking to get a stop here, Knox.
On the floor for the Wildcats, Doyle, Whelan, McBeggar, Sykes and Mackay.
Both teams in the bonus.
Most dangerous man on the floor is the guy inbounding the basketball here, Adam Doyle. 30 seconds. Need a quick 2 or a quick triple. They want Sykes. They find him. Almost throws it away. Thosby chasing down Doyle. He pulls up for 3.
Ooh.
It's short. Mackay comes up with it. Finds him. Can't find him. It's off hands. Whelan's got to get it off. It's huge if it goes. It doesn't. Still plenty of time. McBeggar, 2. Timeout. Coach McDonald and the Knox Raiders, 3-point lead. 9.9 to play.
Wowee.
Yeah, good. Yeah.
Good frantic 21 seconds there, Ducky, as you would expect this time of game.
And a couple of good looks at it. Doyle's look was, a tough contested shot. Whelan's was wide open.
They haven't been shooting from the line well tonight, Eltham. So what's the play here? Foul straight away? Send them to the line? Both teams in the
Eltham,
bonus?
I'd grab somebody like
Sykes?
No, I'd hit somebody like Reigns as soon as he touches it, or I'd allow him to catch it and then foul and put Sedarian Reigns on the line. He's 1 of 4. I think Eltham have a timeout left, so they can advance the ball on anything again if they want to.
Sedarian, that's a good call. Ducky's been shooting from the line 25% tonight. Even Thosby's at 66%.
Yep.
You probably don't want to foul Damon Hire. He's at 100%.
One guy I don't want to foul here is probably Mike Rose. And this is where I would put the ball as soon as I see it. Reigns. Inbounds. Rose. They get it. Damon Hire is fouled by Sam Whelan. It'll be a penalty, 2 shots. 3.6 seconds left or taken off the clock.
Damon Hire shooting at 85% from the line.
He's 2 of 2 tonight. To the line he will go to put a bit of ice on this one. And keep Knox's slim playoff hopes alive. Damien.
Yeah.
They get the win here today. They go to 5 and 8. I really need to close out with 5 or 6.
Go down to Tasmania next weekend. So
get a double. Still alive. He makes 2. Timeout to Eltham. 5 down. 6.3 to play. Needing a quick 3.
So last time the play was you had Sykes come off a screen, Doyle inbound to Sykes, and then Doyle to the point. Sykes back to Doyle.
Relocated hard and tried to get it back in. It actually wasn't a bad play drawn up if it had come off.
Yeah.
It would have been a pretty clean look, but just that pass has only got to be a fraction off, doesn't it? And at this level, it's only got to be a fraction off. So I reckon Whelan will probably inbound here. Doyle will probably come off some kind of double or a back screen or something like that. Throw Sykes to the ring. Doyle starting away from the ball. Sykes. Handoff, Doyle. Sykes has got to get one off. It's not his game. And it's short. And the Raiders get the stop they need. And a massive victory here on a Sunday afternoon to get up by 5 points. Damo 77-72.
Yeah, they really grinded it out, didn't they?
Yep.
Down the stretch there in the final quarter, just worked hard. Solid work. Some big plays, Damon Hire, Thosby, Sedarian Reigns, a couple of big boards. Big night for Sedarian, backing up from his from last night as well. So it was just going through some of the stats. Adam Thosby, 22 points. Damon Hire, 15 points. Sedarian Reigns, 13 points. And a massive 18 rebounds to Sedarian.
Yep.
You know, that's and Simon Grant, 11 boards. Looking over at Eltham, Doyle, 32 points. Waldron, 15 points. Sykes, 15 points. And 11 boards to Mackay.
Played a lone hand, really, though, after the last quarter, didn't he, Doyle? After the first quarter, they came out and they really sort of, Waldron looked like he was going to set the world on fire, but Doyle sort of a bit of a lone hand, I thought, for the rest of the game, and Sykes contributed where he could.
And look, Knox had a lot of good looks. They had 77 attempts, shot at 38%. 16 more attempts than Eltham, who shot at 27 from 61 from the field at 44%. So Knox certainly had lots of, and Knox won the boards thanks to Big Sedarian and Simon Grant. So it was those turnovers last night that hurt Knox. They limited that to 8 turnovers tonight and only gave up points from turnovers. They only gave up 10 points from turnovers. So a much better performance.
Exactly, my man. Damo, it's been really good to call with you again this afternoon on a Sunday. I think we both need an ale. And we'll wish the boys and the girls all the best. Their doubleheader weekend, Northwest Tassie and Hobart Huskies in Tassie next week. And we'll be back in a couple of weeks. Both teams need a big weekend in Tasmania next week, and you can catch all that action through either the Knox Basketball Facebook page or you can get it up on the NBL1 website. I'm the Duckman. It's been a pleasure again with Damo. We'll see you in a couple of weeks.
Thanks, Dougie.